Yo, the judge just gave this guy 50 more years. 50 more. Crazy act, man. Crazy work.
Sentence Mr. Johnson on conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, 35 years. That's a range 2 offender. To the convicted felon in possession of a firearm, I'm going to sentence him to 15 years as a range 2 offender. State has asked this court to run these sentences consecutively. They've asked me to find that the defendant is an offender whose record of criminal activity is extensive. They've also asked me to find that he is a dangerous offender whose behavior indicates little or no regard for human life and no hesitation about committing a crime in which the risk to human life is high. The court also has to find that circumstances around this offense are aggravated. That confinement for an extended period of time is necessary to protect society from the defendant's unwillingness to lead a productive life and the defendant's resort to criminal activity in furtherance of an anti-societal lifestyle. And the aggregate length of the sentences reasonably relate to the offense of which the defendant stands convicted. The state argues as to the defender having a record of criminal activity that is extensive, that the court can consider not just his prior history, which the court's already talked about, the 3 prior aggravated robberies, 3 prior aggravated assaults in the federal firearms case, but also this first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and convicted felon in possession of a handgun. It's unfortunate that we've witnessed Mr. Johnson's progression in violent activity. He's had these prior convictions which dealt with firearms, which dealt with violence, and the lack of regard for human life. And it didn't get any better, it got worse. A whole lot worse. The state also argues as to the dangerous offender that the defendant was not motivated because of fear or hate, that this was greed and money and fame. This was just a hit, a way for him to further his career. The defense argues that practically that no other time above the life sentence that he's already been sentenced to will protect the community. The defense argues that the life sentence will make Mr. Johnson eligible for parole somewhere around 70 or in his mid-70s. And there's no need to protect the community any further because of that life sentence. I don't know that the court agrees with that. That sounds good. I don't know that the court agrees with that. These were crimes that were committed in our community in the middle of the day, in broad daylight, other people around, for greed. Greed, money, and fame. I'm going to run count 1 and count 3 concurrently. But consent to the life sentence.
The first step to tackling your credit card debt is understanding how much debt you actually have